Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Undead Unluck. Same as Freeren, the last time for this year. The show is going to be back on January 5th. But this arc got even more interesting. I was expecting a spy thriller from last episode, but I should have known better. It's gonna be just a full-on frontal assault to that cruise ship. I don't know how much longer it's going to survive. But overall, I'm really liking it. I'm liking what's happening, and this new character, Chikara, has a lot of potential. But anyway, let's get into the episode and talk about it. Now we have it picking off straight from last week with Andy and Fuka, charging in through security there, asking from Tatiana the sword, Kurikyara, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the unbreakable sword. I'm really curious if this unbreakable is also somebody that maybe made the sword, or does the sword have powers? Is it an artifact called unbreakable only? But here we have him. I really like how Andy just cuts his head and Fuko just throws him with a charged unlock, like, hey, have the hot potato there at the securities here. But after this, they're looking for the negator that was supposed to be sold in the auction. But also, meanwhile, we see what he is doing. He tried to escape, and he's very scared. Now, what I really like this episode, showing all of the consequences of the rules, everything, how the world changed, especially the language being universal right now, which has a lot of benefits, but also, like I said, a lot of demerits, especially for negators. It's much easier to find them, catch them, apprehend them, sell them, kidnap them, even more in the case here. But what's even worse is for normal people that weren't involved in this war, weren't in this world with negators and power. Chikara is just a normal kid that had powers, and suddenly he was kidnapped here. We see a bit of a flashback with him in school, that he couldn't even talk to his schoolmates, colleagues there, and suddenly he was kidnapped and woke up in this underground auction here, and he's very scared, just a normal kid. I would be shitting myself also being in his situation, not being able to talk, to understand anybody. Somebody randomly kidnaps me here. I was also, the English was nice there. Now, unfortunately for him, things are gonna get worse, because Unrepair seems to be more and more of an asshole than I pegged him to be. At first, Chikara mistakes them for saving him, because Unrepair comes in and saves him from the guard that Chikara was holding still with his forehead powers. I was like, at first, is he using forehead powers? But no, his power is unmoved. He can hold things, people and objects frozen, kind of like a Matrix moment a bit, in place, as long as he doesn't move also. But he was trembling, so he wasn't fully in control of his power. But Unrepair comes in, saving him, quotations, saying he has plans for him. He wants another member, especially with restrictive powers like this. But since they couldn't understand each other because of the language, they have a weird way of recruiting people, and Rip just pulls out a Gatling power to test him. Hey, is your power gonna work? Great, we're gonna have you. If not, we're gonna kill you, and the power just goes to somebody else. Now, what's curious here, Rip was able to shoot that Gatling gun without any ammo, thanks to Andy pointing that out. We're gonna get to that. Now, Chikara, we see him having a bit of a moment, breaking down, feeling sorry, thinking of his mother, about his power, how much misfortune his power has cost him. Kind of similar a bit to Fuko. I think they're gonna be great friends, even more after this episode here. Now, Rip shoots, but Andy, thankfully, is there, takes all of the bullets, and protects Chikara. Now, what I really like about Andy, I said it multiple times, his mind. Also, he's a great fighter, but how he started analyzing all of the hunters, their powers. This. Latla is very weird, maybe a supportive power. The small guy is a martial artist. The other one seems to be, how is he shooting without ammo? And of course, Unrepair being Unrepair. Now, what ARESxGOD does is he cuts Andy's neck, but here it's very curious. We get even insights into ARESxGOD powers. Again, the power system in the world here in Undead Unluck is probably one of the best ever, the way they use it being so ingenious, and also the rules tied to it, because Andy couldn't even decapitate himself to get rid of the wound, never healing. He was just pumping blood out of his neck. We're gonna get to how he can bypass that a bit later on, because ARESxGOD, like I said, he's very much an asshole. I really hope he's gonna die. I want that satisfaction even more after this episode. I think he just wants to kill Chikara. He's useless, just to transfer the power to somebody else. Now, what I liked was Fuko, no hesitation. Fuko is such a great character. She cuts Andy's head just to bypass the wound there. And Andy instantly decides, no, ARESxGOD is not gonna be the 11. So hopefully they're going to kill him. Please let me have this in this arc. Probably one of the characters that I really want dead so far in the series. We haven't really had a character I'm like, yes, kill him. But ARESxGOD is the first character in the series for me. Then Tatiana also joins the fight. I hope we're gonna find out more about her powers and everything. She takes out Rip to some other place. ARESxGOD is also very good at fighting. He was able to dodge Andy, even his draw, like repair boost with his draw from his hand, draw sword there, even cuts his hands. And here is where we get an insight with how you can bypass ARESxGOD's never healing wounds. Now Andy cuts his forearms and shoots them out as bullets, which allows him to bypass the power, but it doesn't do any damage, because Latla is able to deflect them somehow. I'm not sure how her powers work yet. Don't give me spoilers until the anime tells us powers and everything. Don't give me any spoilers here. But with ARESxGOD's powers, he can cancel any healing. So that's why there's never any healing to his wounds. They're permanent. But if you use something that's not healing, when Andy cut his hands and launched them, he used an offensive attack. So it didn't count as healing. That's why he was able to regenerate after that. He was just cutting his hands to regrow them. Probably wouldn't have worked. This is why the power system is so good. But this gets ARESxGOD interested to recruit Andy. Of course, that's not gonna work. And I like how Latla fixed his nose to ARESxGOD. But here we have Andy also losing interest in him, saying you're not gonna be the 11th member, which I was very happy about that. So hopefully they're gonna kill him. And even more, because ARESxGOD tries to recruit Fuko, that's not gonna work, and kill Chikara at the same time. Here we get a bit more insight into their goals, wanting to take over nation and basically enforce their will on the world instead of going after the god. But kind of feels like they're dodging in a way, just taking the simplest way out. I hope they're gonna expand a bit more exactly they're trying to do, but hey, this is just the beginning here. Now we have Andy trying to attack Latla. Curious thing, is it kind of the same rules as with ARESxGOD? Because he attacks with the sword, the katana, the sword misses, but the blood from him actually splashes on her. So can she only deflect something that attacks her, and maybe random things she can't deflect them? Or how does that work? Again, don't give me spoilers. So maybe if I throw a building behind her, maybe the debris can hit her, but not the actual building. So I'm curious how that's going to work. But maybe later on, when the show is back. Now we have ARESxGOD. This is where Andy was about to blow a gasket, because ARESxGOD throws the scalpel to kill Chikara. He tries to block it, goes through him. Fuko tries to protect Chikara also. She gets hit in the sides of the abdomen a bit. And that means it's very bad, because Fuko doesn't have regen. There's no way to heal her anything unless they kill ARESxGOD. So This is why I'm hoping they're going to kill Unrepair. But here is where Andy was about to press the nuclear button to take out the memory artifact thing and let Victor out, which I would have loved to see that, just Victor obliterating Unrepair. But he was probably going to kill everybody there, so thankfully, this is why Fuko is great. She was able to calm him down. Hey, I'm okay, be yourself, don't do anything stupid. Fuko was the MVP this episode again. Now Unrepair and the other group take off because security comes in, and security also poses some problems because they can't really move properly. They hold them at gunpoint. If Andy moves, they're gonna shoot. Fuko's gonna get hit. Chikara's also gonna get hit. Now here is where he has his moment, which I think he's going to be the 11th member, hopefully, because he even goes in to help Fuko, even though Andy tells, don't touch her, you're going to die. He tries to help her and even asks for a doctor, and we see a flashback with his mother with some very good advice. I'm paraphrasing a bit. If you find people that help you in your moment of need, also help them back, so help those that need you. And here is where he finally has his moment, breaks out of his shell while the security was shooting, uses his power to freeze everything, their movements and also of the bullets. They expect him to be able to also stop objects. I thought only people at first, but yeah, he saves them here. He got his courage to save Fuko and even being acknowledged by Andy. So I'm very excited for next episode, but yeah, we're going to have to wait another week. But overall, this show has been so fun, week animation, characters, story, plot points, especially the world and the power system. These are the best two things that the show does. But let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode. Are you excited for more? And if you are a source material reader, how is the adaptation so far? Again, no spoiler in the comments, please. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Undead Unluck. Make sure to check out the podcast because anime, and also pretty soon I'm gonna have my top 10 yearly video out, so don't miss that one out. And I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.